What's going on, guys? Matt Fractal back with another video. As you know, we get straight into the video, so let's do it. This right here is a screenshot from a trade that I took on September 12th, Friday. This is just a confirmation before we get into the concepts on the chart, so you guys know that you're learning from a reliable source, not somebody that's not taking the trades, someone that's actually taking the trades in a live account and sending it to the Time Precision FX Telegram channel, which will be linked in the description. So with that being said, let's get into the charts. So we have Euro USD. This is the Friday price action. So let me just mark out my opening price, which is the first rule of thumb. When you get into any market, set your time to New York time and just put it on the double zeros, which is 12 midnight. This will give you your New York true midnight opening price, right? We have an opening price at 5 p.m., but we use the midnight opening price because everyone can plot that on their chart. It's simple and it's easy to use. So the first step is done. The next step is getting that opening price at 12 a.m. Eastern time, and we're going to get the opening price, right? So we draw out the opening price, right? So we have a vertical line for the time, which time comes first, and then we have our horizontal line for price. Price comes second. It's time and price. So after that, we want to look into the kill zones. What kill zone was I trading? I was trading the New York kill zone, which is the 7 a.m. New York time window to the 10 a.m. New York time window. It's very simple. It's a 3-hour window. The sweet spots are 8:30, 9:30. Simple. So let's get into the market. This is Friday's price action. Price traded for Asia, London, and then we got into the New York kill zone, which I personally trade. We have the 7 a.m. candle here, which we open here. So let's draw out the opening price for the New York kill zone, which is here. Down close candle. So we open here, New York 7 a.m. We traded down. 7 a.m., 8 a.m. 8 a.m. runs below an intraday swing low. This swing low was 5 a.m., which is not technically the London session. This is the start of the London lunch hour, but it's still liquidity. People trade during the London lunch hour, so this swing low is valid, and it's below both opening prices, the 7 a.m., which is the New York kill zone opening price, and the 12 a.m. Eastern time opening price. So when we run the swing low at 8 a.m., this is a clean alert that you should be at your chart watching for any reversal patterns for the New York reversal pattern. So let's just draw out the old low, which gets taken, and I'll give you guys a couple seconds to determine what liquidities rest below old lows. Okay, if you guys said the sell side liquidity, you guys are correct. Sell side liquidity rests below old lows, and obviously for the inverse, we'll see it on a 15-minute chart, but the inverse above old highs would be the buy side liquidity. So now, once we have our level on the 1-hour chart, we didn't have to do a weekly, we didn't have to go on a daily, we just straight up went on a 1-hour. 8 a.m. runs below a old low, sell side liquidity, and it's below the opening price. So we go straight into a 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart. Now it's time to do fractal range building, which I've been talking about all throughout my channel. You guys can go back through my videos, but fractal range building is when you get a higher time frame level, which you're expecting a reversal, and then from that higher time frame level, excuse the noise, and from that higher time frame level, you go back into the range on a lower time frame, and you find resting buy side liquidity for this example. So let's just draw out, or let's just type up some buy side liquidity that I see. I'm just gonna write buy stops. Right, so we have buy stops above this one, and we have buy stops above this one. But with price already being played out for the Friday, we know that we did not take these buy stops all the way up here for the London session, not yet. However, we did take out the stops for the London lunch, which I told you that not a lot of people trade, but people do put their stops back from London. If you got in short here, you would want to put your stop here, especially if price ran below this old low. But I wasn't in for London or the lunch hour. I'm in the New York kill zone. So I need to abide by the rules for the New York kill zone. So let's go into those rules. We run below a O low. We go into a 15-minute chart. We set up fractal range building, and we identify where the stops are. Buy stops above here and above here. Now for entry, we wait for an order block, this candle here, to be traded through. Meaning, once we close on this down close candle, any candle that trades above it confirms that this candle becomes a bullish order block. The reason why is because we ran below sell stops already. So there wouldn't be any need to go down below if we're reversing for the New York session. So once we run it here, this was 8:15 and 8:30. We trade back above this 8:30 candles order block. And then when we're trading back down into the range, this is where you want to be looking for an actual optimal trade entry on a 5 or 1 minute chart. So let's go to that 1 minute chart. So we have everything set up. Fractal range building sets it up for the 1 minute chart. And now we're just looking for our optimal trade entry. So we have a low here at 841. We have a quick move up back above those sell stops, right? So that should already give you a little sign that, okay, price is looking to reverse. As well as we break structure here and we break structure here, right? Old highs are now being broken on the 1 minute chart. Once we have that rapid move up, we want to wait for price to come and trade down into a optimal trade entry, which is low to high, trading down into a 62 to a 79% retracement level below the 50%. So this would be half of the range. You want to be looking below the half of the range into the 62 to the 79. That is like the sweet spot for optimal trade entry. You enter here. Where does your stop loss go? Below the old low. Very tight stop loss with these strategies and these models with the optimal trade entry. You get in here, discount, stop loss with you have to have in mind with the spread, put it below that old low. And where do you want to reap your rewards? We already have our buy stops, in the market. So if we want to pair our entry to a place to get out, we have a perfect place to get out, which was buy stops here. And eventually we'll see if the buy stops in the London session gets ran. So on Friday, I seen 8:30 we ran below the old low. We created an optimal trade entry. I entered long here. We rallied. I knew we still had buy stops. We didn't take it out yet, so I'm not getting scared when we get into a consolidation. All we do is trade back down, and this is some food for thought. We'll put in another optimal trade entry. So from one optimal trade entry to the next. So we go to this high, and we'll drag the low back to here. Again, low to high, we trade down into the 62 to 79% retracement. This is that sweet zone. You buy it here, and you look to offset above buy stops. I didn't get in here for a second entry because I was already locked in at the first entry back at 9:30. And if you look at the time, this is 12 p.m. going into the New York lunch. So I know that was a lot. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. If you guys have any questions, leave comments, like, subscribe, and please join the Telegram. We want to grow our channel and we want to grow traders through the TPFX community. So thank you again, and Fractal out.